Just in, federal government protests deletion of tweet. It says Twitter cannot gang Buhari.
As Twitter deleted the violent tweets that Nnamdi Kanu has been sending, has it? The same Twitter during the NSAS program that was funding NSAS protesters was the first to withdraw, to close the account of former president of US, Trump. And you see, when people were burning police stations and killing policemen in Nigeria during NSAS, for Twitter, it was about the right to protest. But when a similar thing happened on the Capitol, it became insurrection. You see, we are not going to be fooled by anybody. We have a country to rule, and we'll do so to the best of our ability.
Hey guys, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you, depending on the location you are watching us from. A very big welcome to you. This is DJ MTV Daily News Update, a channel where you get the best news all around the world. In case you are new to this channel, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you could be the first to get notified each time we post a new video. Let's get to the main news. The federal government has accused the social media giant Twitter of double standard in its treatment of issues affecting the country, and it has warned that it will not allow the microblogging site to tell President Muhammadu Buhari on what his view on national issues should be. This accusation is coming as a result of the decision of Twitter to delete a controversial post by Buhari on the Nigerian civil war. President Buhari, in a post on Tuesday, has warned against insurrection, saying that those making trouble in the southeast are in for a shock of their lives. Buhari, in a series of tweets on Tuesday via his verified Twitter handle @mbuhari, had said many of those misbehaving today are too young to be aware of the destruction and loss of life that occurred during the Nigerian civil wars. Those of us in the field for 30 months who went through the war, we treat them in the language they will understand. Buhari's statement, which was also tweeted, sparked outrageous on the social media, with some Nigerians reporting it to Twitter, saying that it is an hate speech. However, some Nigerians have said that President Muhammadu Buhari has sounded firm in his warning against the people who are carrying out violence in the southeast. But yesterday, Twitter pulled down the tweet for violating its community standard. In his statement, Twitter said that this tweet violates the Twitter rules. The federal government, however, has kicked against this decision, with the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, wondering why Twitter would object to a submission by the president on national issues but would ignore provocative posting by the leader of the proscribed Independence People of Biafra (IPOB), Nnamdi Kanu, on its site. Lai Mohammed has told newsmen at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting (FEC) at the State House Abuja that Twitter's mission in Nigeria is suspicious. He also wondered if Twitter has ever deleted offensive tweets by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said the mission of Twitter in Nigeria is very suspicious, and has Twitter ever deleted the violent tweet that Nnamdi Kanu has been sending? Has it? The same Twitter during the EndSARS protest promoted tweets trying to raise funds for the EndSARS protesters. It was the first to close the account of former president of US Donald Trump. And when some persons were burning police stations and killing policemen in Nigeria during EndSARS for Twitter, it was about the right to protest. But now, when a similar thing happened at the Capitol, it became insurrection. You see, we are not going to be fooled by anybody. We have a country to rule, and we will do so to the best of our ability. Twitter's mission in Nigeria, citing those two examples, is very suspicious. What is their agenda? How does Mr. President's speech that anybody who is destroying infrastructure, who is destroying police station, who is destroying INEC's office should be ready for the consequences, is that inciting violence? We accept the fact that Twitter may have its own rule, but we also know that it should not stop Buhari from expressing his view against a banned organization like IPOB, inciting people to commit treason and the likes in the southeast. He stated that Twitter may have its own rules, it is not the universal rule. If Mr. President anywhere in the world feel very bad and concerned about a situation, he is free to express such view. Now we should stop comparing apples with oranges. If an organization is proscribed, it is different from any other which is not proscribed. 2. Any organization that gives directive to its members to attack police stations, to kill policemen, to attack correctional centers, to kill others, and you are now saying that Mr. President does not have the right to express dismay and anger about that, we are the one guilty of double standard. I don't see anywhere in the world where an organization or a person will stay somewhere outside Nigeria and will direct his member to attack the symbol of authority, the police, the military, especially when that organization has been proscribed. By whichever means, you can't justify giving orders to kill policemen or to kill anybody you do not agree with. But I am saying that you cannot compare anybody with Kanu, who boldly have said, go and kill policemen. I think sometimes these policemen are brothers, they are uncles, they are children. We kill them and their wives become widowed, their children becomes orphan. And what is the offense of these policemen? Because they are working to keep the country as one. What about soldiers that are putting down their lives so that you and I can sleep? It is not acceptable anywhere in the world for anybody anywhere to stay in the comfort of wherever he is and now gives directive to go and kill soldiers and go and kill the policemen too. Asked why Sheikh Gumi, whose comments were perceived as justifying Boko Haram's action, has not been arrested. Lai Mohammed asked who appointed Gumi as the go-between Nigeria government and Boko Haram. Who appointed Gumi the middleman between the government and the Boko Haram? Listen, for me, unless you come and tell me this is what Gumi said, that is inciting that you are comparing to Kanu. Anyway, what we are discussing is different. We are discussing Twitter. If you want to ask any question about Gumi or any other person, go ahead, but please be objective, he added. He also said that there are so many persons who have been spying hate speech against Mr. President, against this government. So if you want to comment, be fair. Don't take a position which is not objective. If we were to pick up everybody today who have been abusing this administration, the detention center will be filled up, and you will be the first person to also talk about lack of tolerance, lack of rule of law. Reacting to Buhari's tweet, human rights activist Aisha Yusufu described as insensitive the civil war analogy by the president. Yusufu, in a video statement yesterday, said, "My name is Aisha Somtoshuku Yusufu. I am Igbo. A threat to the Igbo people is a threat to me. Any attack to the Igbo people is an attack on me. Any slander on the Igbo people is a slander to me. We are all Nigerians, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than the others. The government must ensure that it deploys its resources and its apparatus equally to every section of this country. So I totally condemn the tweet from the president, where the president is threatening the Igbo people. He is threatening them with what happened in 1967. What happened in 1967 was a genocide, a crime against humanity, and it must never ever be allowed to happen again. She added, for a president to come out today and use 1967 as a yardstick to threaten people with what happened then, with the 30 months of gruesomeness, with the 30 months of heinousness, with the 30 months of atrocities that were melted out on human beings, on fellow brothers and sisters, on children in this country, is inhuman, it is insensitive, it is callous, and it is unspeakable. Also, the former Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Ayodele Fashose, however, called on Twitter to hold the presidential spokesman, Malam Garba Shehu and Mohammed, accountable for the controversial civil war post. Reacting in a string of tweets, Fayose wrote, "A president who cannot address his own people in time of crisis cannot certainly be the one tweeting on the crisis. Twitter should rather hold Garba Shehu and Lai Mohammed and the whole of others accountable." It is obvious that those using the president's power for him do not know when and where to stop their power. Regrettably, Twitter may not know that Buhari is not the one operating the handle. So guys, this is where we draw the curtain for the edition of Daily News. But before we go, here is the headline. The federal government protects deletion of tweets, says Twitter cannot gang Buhari. Of course, we have heard so much from what many Nigerians think, especially Aisha Yusuf, who has come out to say that the president using what happened in 1967 to threaten the Igbo people is very insensitive. And Nigerians have come out to also say that they have never heard of such, that a president will come out and start threatening a particular section of the country with war. Of course, some Nigerians have come out to even say that Buhari was even sitting down while the civil war was going on because the British helped the Fulanis to fight. And Twitter has gone down to remove the tweet of Mr. President, saying that it is against the Twitter standard. Of course, most Nigeria has condemned the tweet from the president that he is threatening the Igbo people, and threatening them with the war that happened in 1967 is outrageous. It is insane. And Lai Mohammed has come up to say that the president has every right to say whatever he wants to say and to express how he feels when the country is going this way. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that what the president said is right, or do you think is insensitive, or do you think it is callous, or do you think it is unspeakable? Because over 3 million persons died in that war. What do you think? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching till the end, and please do not forget to like, share and comment on all our videos. Please do follow us on all our social media platforms, and also check us out on our website www.djmtv.news. I am Victor Obuchi, reporting for DJMTV News.
Yeah.
DJMTV.